And to do the next session, DEIB Beyond Conventional Boundaries, Integrating PwD, LGBTQ+, Veterans, Cultural and Cognitive Diversity with AI for Sustainable Growth. To do this, please put your hands together for Colonel Tarun Vohra, Vice President HR, Lumax World. Tarun is an accomplished army officer with over 25 years of experience spanning both corporate and armed forces sector. His expertise includes leadership, general management, strategy and operations, human resource management, talent acquisition and development, manpower planning, policy development, security administration, risk assessment, and more. With a diverse background in leading large teams, implementing new process and technologies, Tarun excels in envisioning strategic directions and executing complex projects. He is highly skilled in leveraging technology to enhance organizational efficiencies, reduce operational cost, and delivering results in challenging environment. Can we have a huge round of applause for Colonel Tarun Vohra?
Thank you very much. This is working great. इतना तो मुझे भी नहीं पता था अपने बारे में, but thanks a ton. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, my apologies, I got delayed. I was traveling for almost about 20 hours. I landed in the morning at 3, but then, I had promised Sonika and the team that I would be here and speaking about a very pertinent topic. I was told, कि Tarun, do you have a PowerPoint for this? But being a typical Fauji, I said, नहीं, देख लेंगे. यहाँ पे आके एक बार देख लेंगे what exactly have to be spoken. And I scribbled some points. Let me see where they are. Okay. I hope I didn't leave it on the table. Awesome. See, I hope you don't need a break because the previous session was quite engrossing one, right? One thing is organizational culture, and another thing is organizational climate. Now, the culture is something, the values, the beliefs, and everything. And when we speak about the culture, we speak about DEI, okay? But what is climate? Now, climate changes as per the leader. Tarun Vohra will have a different style of leadership. Sonika may have a different style of leadership. Somebody else sitting over here may have a different style of leadership. But that leader needs to align with the culture. And when I say that, the culture ke andar jab the DEI is going to be ingrained, then it is going to go through in fact, every leader. Somebody asked a question over there, right? And the LGBTQI plus. One more point, you would have seen the previous session, they were all women over here. It was, Ankit was there, but then yes, that is diversity. But what we are talking right now is going to talk about the another aspect of DEI. What comes in our mind? Anytime we talk about DEI, it comes the gender diversity. And these are the points which are left behind, okay? Being the veterans, be the PwD, but we have come a long way, but there is still a lot to traverse, okay? So I'll give you a small introduction about myself, and when I speak about, again, self, it is not only from the Army perspective, it is from the Navy, from the Air Force, from the paramilitary forces, and from everybody who has served the country on the veterans part. I started my journey in December 98, my professional journey when I became a lieutenant in Indian Army. So that was after 4 years of training at NDA, 3 years at NDA and 1 year at IMA Dehradun, right? And imagine 98 we got commissioned and 99, we have 22 years, 99 the Kargil war happened, okay? I lost 5 of my course-mates in that particular war. 22-year-old boy losing 5 of his course-mates. In fact, the first course-mate whom we lost was Saurabh Kalia. He was the one who was cut into the pieces. And then finally the Kargil war happened. Vijayan Thapar and so forth. So imagine a 22-year-old boy losing his comrades in a war. What kind of psych it gets into it. Okay. We were moved into the western sector at that particular time. We were deployed over there. Thereafter, from there, I moved to Kashmir. So, okay, sorry. So now my first appointment in my unit was the duties of an adjutant. Now what is an adjutant? Adjutant is like the eyes and ears of the commanding officer. And who is a commanding officer? Commanding officer is somebody who is commanding almost about 17 to 18 officers, about 33 junior commissioned officers, and about 600 odd troops with a plethora of equipment. He's like the CEO of that particular platoon. The adjutant is like a program manager. So he's the one who's looking into that whatever the instruction and the guidelines are being passed, they are being followed in letter and spirit on the ground or not. So how I'm going to, I'm basically collating it to you, what in army is there with the corporate. So as an adjutant, I was a program manager. Then I moved to Kashmir, okay? I was there in Rashtriya Rifles, thick of counter-terrorism operations, did lot many things. I was posted in Baramulla. And here, my role changed more into the security part. I was a young captain, and then thereafter, of course, I became a young major. So imagine, I was leading 3 officers. I was leading almost about 5 to 6, my junior commission officer, 120 odd men in a different setup environment, different counter-terrorism environment. Now, there was a risk of life, there was risk of, the security of your equipment, and when I speak this is also includes the cyber security. So here, a veteran's role, when I say a army officer role, it changed from a program manager, got into a security part, right? From there, and again, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell you is, this has happened with me, I'm trying to put it in my journey. We have Ranish also here, he also has a very different journey. But more or less, you will find all Fauji's are generally into the same thing. And it can be in Air Force, it can be in Navy also. Now from there, I came back to my unit where I got commissioned just for about 6 months. And thereafter, I got selected as a UN observer at Lebanon. Okay. So here, again, my role changed. And for the technical role, I was selected as a staff officer, contingent on equipment. So I was supposed to verify the equipment which the other armies are getting into UNIFIL, that is at Lebanon, and then the UN was supposed to, remunerate them as per the equipment which was being. Here my international exposure came in, right? We are interacting with the Chinese army, interacting with the French army, and so on and so forth. And here you're also interacting with the Israel army and the Lebanese army too. You're trying to keep a peace in them. Now the role was more into technical. I'm not a technical guy. Okay, of course, I did my science and everything. I commanded an artillery regiment, but then I'm not, that engineer. But here I was looking into the equipment, learning the nitty-gritties of the equipment which was being bought from the other armies, verifying it so that UN gives the remuneration, right? Again, absolutely a different role. Came back to India, 2008 to 2010. I was an instructor at Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. Now here my role changed absolutely, more into the coaching part, more into the training part, giving the right values, the ethos to the gentlemen cadets into future officers of Indian Army. So more into the HR aspects. So I started with the program manager, right? Did security, did some of technical bent of things, right? And thereafter came to IMA as a coach or as a trainer or as an HR guy. There, I cleared my staff college exam. Now that's akin, I'll say clearing your CAT A exam in corporate. Did that, 1 year of training at Wellington, became a senior program manager. Thereafter, after all this, then I came back to my regiment. I got promoted by that time as a lieutenant colonel. And in December 2013, I took over the reins of my regiment as a colonel. And I commanded the same unit now where I got commissioned. So imagine those same 70 to 18 officers, 33 junior commissioned officers, and about 600, 700 odd troops, I was the particular. And whatever I learned in those last 15 years, I was implementing it. And as a CO, I can vouch for it. You're not only doing operations, you're not only doing HR, you're not doing only administration, security, you name a thing. You're not only looking after your troops, you're looking after the families of the troops. You're looking after the children of the particular troops. You're getting that inclusivity. You're getting that diversity over here, right? I know it's getting a little lengthy, but I'll just end it over here. My last posting in the Army was, as a colonel, as a director, Army Commander, Special Financial Power. Now, dealing with almost about 400 CR OPEX procurement every financial year. And believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, I had never dealt with finances before. फौज में हमारे पास मेस बिल आता था, हम वो देखते भी नहीं थे, हम कहते थे इसको दे दो, काम खत्म, तनख्वाह आ रही है, सैलरी आ रही है, that's about it, nothing else, right? And here we have a 400-500 page of a defense procurement manual, which once one went through each and everything, and within 1 month's time, I was on that particular chair, passing those particular tenders, looking into the RFIs, looking into the RFQs, looking into the RFPs, and getting into the technical details, and finally, signing the supply orders. Not an easy thing for me. But anybody, what I mean to say is that there's a diverse thing which a veteran gets on the table whenever he moves into the corporate world. Still, it was not easy for me. I'll come on that also, right? So, finance, HR, administration, security, you name a particular thing, it is there in a veteran. Now, what were the challenges? Okay, I decided to move out after putting almost about 2 decades of service in Indian Army, 21 years, 2 months, and 10 days to be precise. I love my profession, I still love it. Okay, and thereafter I moved out and I did few courses. I did few certifications so that I can amalgamate myself into the corporate world. And every particular veteran who moves out, ladies and gentlemen, they do these particular courses, stroke these particular certifications. See, there are 2 things which are required to be done. One is, okay, if I talk about a particular course, Six Sigma. What is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is, हमारे फौज में उसको कहते हैं, no zero error syndrome. कोई गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए. And you cut down the lean. Similarly, we had Six Sigma, but the words are different. Okay, this is what we did. The second thing is the change of the mindset. Now all sirs and ma'ams are totally out. I was also I was doing a course here at IFT, and NDA किया था, तो हम लोग कभी कॉलेज नहीं गए थे, तो पहली बार कॉलेज गए. We also felt very good about it, and there were few folks over there doing PhD, and they used to call me by name Tarun. So Tarun also used to feel good. वो भी अपना थोड़ा सा पेट अंदर करके, he used to feel young about it, good, excellent. So the sirs and ma'ams were totally off. You came on the first particular name. You learned so many things. March 2020, I joined my first organization, that was Amazon, and absolutely in operations, supply chain operations. COVID time, believe you me, I really took a hit. I thought, where the hell I've landed up. Like such a फौज में रहते, चलते रहते, and my co-mates are brigadiers right now. Maybe I would have been a brigadier right now, fine, but no. Army में there is something which is said, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And it was not the leadership things, it was the other things. I say, the trivial things which were, I had never worked on Excel. कभी काम ही नहीं किया था. रात को 2-2, 3-3 बजे तक जाग के YouTube पे Excel सीखते थे, pivot कैसे लगाना है. Because you never required it. No. Okay. So it has not been easy for any particular veteran. Now, when anybody who comes to any particular organization, that initial thing, what I mean to say is, the holding the hands. And that holding hands is not only for the women, it is not only for the veterans, it is not only for the PwD, or it is not only for the LGBTQ+. For everybody or anybody who comes into your organization. Hold his or her hand for start. Give him that particular time. At Amazon, we had a Warriors board, and I was the president of the India Warriors board. We had, at that particular time, almost about 600 odd veterans. Fine. So, and this is something which was started at US, and thereafter it went globally at Amazon, and we ensured that the veterans do not come. आपके सबके दिमाग में ये आता है ना, veteran है, admin and security में best होगा, इसको दे दो, right? But no, they are very good in other fields. There are people who are working in McKinsey, there are people who are financial wizards, the phenomenal people. There are people, from the engineers branch, there are people from the Air Force, from the Navy, from the technical branch. These folks are extremely good, right? And they can actually get into your, people from signals, from the communication thing, and they're doing exceedingly well. So what we did was, we got some people in media, we got some people everywhere at Amazon. And similarly, in fact, I had met Sonika about 3 years back into one of these panel discussions, and we have come very long way through from those particular 3 years and right now we're here. Fine. So this, why I brought out my particular journey, it can be for anybody else. And veterans generally move out after all, so there are some short service officers who move out after 10 years of their service with the forces. Now they can, they're young people, okay, 30s, in between 30, 33, 34. When I moved out, I was 42, and I was the one who took voluntary retirement. That is after 20, 21 years. There are folks you will find who superannuate after putting the entire amount of service, say about 33, 34 years of service, but everyone, ladies and gentlemen, again, everyone has plethora of knowledge and the ownership which they have. Not all the skills which we bring it out on the table, right? Okay, I'll share one anecdote. I hope you guys are not getting bored, huh? Is okay, fine? Okay. I'll share a small anecdote on the ownership part, right? And this is one of the my finest leadership principle which I always follow, and any veteran you will follow it. December 98, we got commissioned. I was posted, my first station was Chandi Mandir. 99 January, we were running in those winters, cold. And morning में with a squad of 20-25 odd people, PT दौड़ रहे थे 6 बजे के करीब. And that is the time, we saw I saw my commanding officer coming from front. As a young lieutenant, seeing my CO, a colonel rank, okay, वो एकदम डर सा पैदा होता है. तो मैं एकदम रुक गया, मैं क्या करना नहीं है. He stopped me and told me, Tarun, and there was a board over there in the camp. And he told me, Tarun, just read the board. And on that board, it was written, Desh ki izzat, unit ki izzat, apni izzat. So I read it that. Sir, it is Desh ki izzat, unit ki izzat, apni izzat. And the thing what he told me was, Tarun, read it again from bottom to top. And I read again, apni izzat, unit ki izzat, and Desh ki izzat. So it's your own pride first. You work for your own pride. You work for your own, any kind of work, etc., which is given to you, you take the ownership of that particular work. You're going to do it, automatically your unit's pride is going to go up, automatically your country's pride is going to go up. So that was the first lesson which I learned on the ownership part, right? Apart from that, there are many things which I also brought it out in the journey of mine, be it the learning part, be it learning new skills. As a CO, as a colonel, and sir will vouch for it, okay? I should sit in deserts, 50 degrees centigrades. I commanded a elite rocket regiment. And I should sit with my troops in the deserts, and I could still fire better than them. Fine? Because the reason is I used to learn from them. We're not shy in asking things. If I don't know a thing, I don't know a thing. If somebody of you gets into army right now, or Navy or Air Force, you're going to start from scratch. So if I'm coming into the corporate, I think I have to change that particular mindset of mine. Cool? So that's what about veterans, a lot spoken on that. Fine. So this has been my journey, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have time, or you rung the bell now? That's it. Okay, let me see if I missed some points. Right. ये बाहर कॉर्पोरेट में आने के बाद थोड़ा चश्मा भी लग गया है, अगर पहले नहीं था. Okay. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I leave it to a few questions in case, I know the shortage of time, but if there should be any questions. The major thing which I wanted to bring it out is the mindset change, not only for the veterans who are coming out, it is also an openness in the corporate which is required. And I believe that is coming in. Yes, that there will be initial hiccups, there will be initial issues which will come. I told you, it was not easy for me. I really hit the wall. And I had no idea on, how to work on a laptop, how to send, mails and everything, so and so forth. वो डाक आती थी, साइन करते थे, भेज देते थे. ठीक है, कभी किया नहीं ऐसा. But there are so many things which you also have to do it, which everybody has to do it. Regarding the PwD, yes, things have changed a lot. Things are moving over better. The thing what we all need to understand, now in corporate, is what is the infrastructure which we can build for them. It's very easy to say, like get everybody. But are we ready with that particular infrastructure? Are we ready with that? Karishma brought up a point regarding the fear factor. कि हम ले आएंगे, पर इनका बाद में क्या होगा? Will it be okay or not? Will my leadership take it or not? It's not an agenda just for a namesake. Live with it. And this is for everyone, team. Thank you so very much, everyone. Thanks a ton. Thank you. Go on.
Thank you so much.
Do you have to share? Go on. अच्छा, कुछ चीज़ें चेंज नहीं होती हैं. When I was in the morning, I told you I landed in the morning at 2-3, and when I was coming over here, my wife knew आज ये अपने यूनिट की टाई पहन के जाएगा. So I wore that particular tie. I can't help it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tarun. And to do the honors, I would request Ms. Karishma Manchanda from Expedia Group to felicitate him.